welcome back to Mancinima. Hope you've had a lovely weekend. I hope you're looking forward to the week ahead. So what have I got for you today? As I promised last video, I've got a review of the movie M3GAN, or M3GAN. If you want to pronounce it that way, it's a bit of a mouthful, but that's entirely up to you. Anyway, so before we get started, you know what to do. As usual, if you can like this video for me, just helps spread the word, helps me want to do some more of these videos, you know, encourage the algorithms of YouTube. If you can subscribe to the channel, that's even better because that spreads the word a bit more. And if you can hit the notification bell, that'll let you know when I've done another one of these videos. When 8-year-old Katie's parents are killed in a car crash at the beginning of the movie, she's sent to stay with her Aunt Gemma, played by Get Out's Alison Williams. Now Gemma is a brilliant toy designer, and she was involved in the Perpetual Pets line, and that is for the Funky company. Now Funky obviously being a riff on our real world Funko company. And the Perpetual Pets is something like a Furby. Do you remember the Furbies from the 80s? Those little chattering things? It's something like that. It's kind of a gross version actually. And that's what you see little Katie playing with in the back of her parents' car at the beginning of the movie, which sets the whole movie in motion. Now, Gemma has secretly been working on the Model 3 generative android, otherwise known as M3GAN. Now, this is an android which is supposed to be a companion and a friend to children, looking after them and taking care of them when the parents don't have the time to, which is what we see is the case with Katie and Gemma. Because Gemma's not used to being a parent, she's obviously been working in this high-powered environment with the toys, and she's at the top of her game, and to suddenly have her niece dumped upon her is something she's not used to or not prepared for. Now, M3GAN is paired with Katie in the same way that you might pair a Bluetooth device with an iPhone or something like that. It seems to be going very, very well at the beginning. You know, they play together. M3GAN is very protective of the little girl. In fact, that's where the problem comes in. She becomes a little bit too overprotective, and she basically deals with anybody who threatens Katie's safety. I really enjoyed this film. I thought it was great fun. From the very start, there's an infomercial that opens up the movie, which reminded me a little bit of RoboCop. This one's obviously about the Perpetual Pets rather than the nuke game that they had in RoboCop. Obviously, there are comparisons to Chucky in the Child's Play series, with that being a killer doll and this being a killer android. Actually, if you remember the Chucky remake with Mark Hamill doing the voice, wasn't he AI or a killer robot in that one? So, yeah, maybe comparisons to that one. It also reminded me of an obscure 1986 Wes Craven movie called Deadly Friends. So even though it's got those comparisons, this movie is entirely its own thing. It was a really, really enjoyable film. Although Katie, played by Violet McGraw, is somewhat of an annoying brat, and Gemma's an uncaring aunt, you do somehow end up caring for these two characters by the end of the movie, and you do end up rooting for them when they're faced against M3GAN. The movie moves at a good pace. It's an hour and 42 minutes long, never really feels like it outstays its welcome. The only thing I would say is that the movie was initially going to be like an 18 certificate, or not really an X certificate, I don't know what the rating is in the States, but an 18 certificate over here for certain, and there was going to be a lot more blood and gore. However, it was cut over there so that more children could go to see the movie at the cinema. Over here it's a certificate 15. So you do notice those cuts when you're watching the movie. It kind of heads towards a kill and suddenly it will cut away to the next shot in the scene, and that's somewhat disappointing. However, the only thing we can hope is that maybe when the Blu-ray release or the 4K release or whatever format you watch it on comes out in a few months' time, that they'll restore some of that gore. We'll get the full uncut version, the proper version of M3GAN that the director intended. So yeah. However, M3GAN is a really enjoyable film. I do recommend that you go and see it at the cinema, you know, especially when the skies are grey outside, everything's a little bit dark. To go to the cinema to see a fun horror movie really lifts the spirits, and I hope that in the future more film distributors will look at the pattern of Scream coming out last year in January, M3GAN coming out this January, and say, you know what, January and February and that kind of the beginning of the year when there's really not much going on is a really good time to put horror movies in the cinema. So film distributors, look at January, February. If you've got some of the lesser horror movies, you know, the ones that aren't going to be your big blockbusters, but still really good films, put them in the cinemas around January, February time. We'll come out and watch them. It keeps cinemas alive and it keeps us horror fans happy. So that is my review of M3GAN. Now, let's take a look at something else horror. So, Halloween seems quite far away now, doesn't it, being back in October, a good 3 months ago. However, today sees the Blu-ray 4K DVD release of Halloween Ends. And I've ordered a couple of Steelbooks through from Zavvi. They arrived on Wednesday last week, so I got them really early because the movie is due out today, Monday 16th of January. And I'd like to show them to you. So, first of all, they did two separate covers. I decided to go for both. So first of all, we've got this one, which is the Halloween Ends orange cover. And then we've got this one, which I've remained sealed. This is the Halloween Ends blue cover. This is the Steelbooks. However, let's take a closer look at them, shall we? Now, I've decided not to open this Halloween Ends 4K because I've got the other one open. I don't really need to have both of them open, but yeah, there you go. This is the Halloween Ends cover. I really do enjoy this one. This looks really good. And we'll just flip over the back for you to show you what that's like. Pretty much the same as the other one actually, but I'll open the orange one up and give you a bit of a better look. So that is the blue Halloween Ends 4K Steelbook from Zavvi. There's that. And we'll move that one out of the way. And we'll bring along, this is the orange one. So both kind of lovely pieces of artwork on there. Like I said, limited edition Steelbook. This is the back. Obviously on the spine you've got Halloween Ends. And if you'll give me a moment, I'll just open it up so you can have a look. So if you lift this little cardboard, I think they call it a J card or a C card or something like that. If you lift that up, on the very back of this orange one you've got Laurie Strode looking over her shoulder with a knife in her hands. You've got the little Universal logo down there in Miramax and Blumhouse. But yeah, it's a nice, actually it's a little bit too bright outside at the moment. It's giving you the wrong impression of the colour. It's actually a lot darker than this. I don't know if I can do anything to show you how dark it is. That's more like it, that's how it should be. Kind of a darker orange. So excuse me, let's see if we can do this without me making a mess of things. So the inside there, the inside sleeve, you've got Laurie Strode with a, it looks like a fire hydrant in her hand, about to bash Michael over the head. You've got two discs. You've got, oops, they both got the same image on. Just basically Michael looking over his shoulder. Take that one out. And we'll take this one out if we can. Oops. Might have to pause that there a second. Okay, let's lift that one out. That's the, I think that's the Blu-ray. Yeah, the top one's the 4K. And you've got the Blu-ray version down there. Of course it is. It's Blu-ray down there. Get your eyes testing Mancini. And yeah, in the inlay card, as we thought, Michael Myers facing off against Laurie Strode. Well, thank you for joining me today for a bit of a horror episode again. Hope you've enjoyed my review of M3GAN, and I hope you'll go and see it at the cinema and let me know what you think down in the comments. Hope also you've enjoyed a look at the Halloween Ends Steelbooks that came from Zavvi. I think they can still be ordered on Zavvi's website right now, but if you pop along and have a look, you'll find out for yourself, won't you? Yeah, thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed this video. As I said at the beginning, if you can give the video the thumbs up, really does help this channel, really does encourage me to want to do more of these little videos, because if I'm just sending videos out there into the ether and nobody's responding to them, then I might just move on and do something else. If you've really enjoyed these videos, if you've enjoyed the other videos on the channel, like I said, stuff about dinosaurs, collectibles, we've just done a Spider-Man collectibles episode, please subscribe to the channel. There's loads of other videos on this channel. I think we've got 50 something videos, maybe a bit more now. Lots of variety. Go and have a look. Hope you know if you enjoyed them. If you can watch those videos, give all of the videos a like. Fantastic. That will really encourage me to do more of this kind of thing. And obviously hit the notification bell, then you'll know when I've done more of this kind of thing. But what I really enjoyed is people coming along and having a chat with me down in the comments. So if you can come and have a chat with me in the comments, that's great. I'd love to talk about movies. You know I do. That's why I do this channel. Anything you looking forward to that's coming out? We've just done a big preview of what's coming out up to about June this year, June, July this year. So there's a preview video on there. Yeah, so again, thank you once again for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time. Take care.